Okay, we're talking about our second of three investment options here, investment bonds. Now, a bond can either be bought from, say, a company or a government, and we just watched a very engaging video about bonds and about how the person bought a bond from Fairview City. And in other words, they lent money to Fairview City, and in exchange for lending the money, Fairview City gave them interest rates along the way. So investments bond is basically lending either the government or a company money. And why would we do this? Well, the government or company wants to go ahead and use that money to build something, and then we can get interest repayments in return for that. Now, the key points to probably remember here are when looking at bonds are the duration, which is otherwise known as maturity. We want to look at the coupon rate, which is a bit of bond jargon, which just means the interest rate. And then how often those coupon rates or interest rates are paid out, whether that's monthly, quarterly, annually, etc. Now, you may have noticed in the video and after the compound and simple interest examples that the interest paid out by the bond is fixed every time. So this is ringing bells then that this is a simple interest type of investment. Each repayment that you get is consistent over the life of the bond. It doesn't compound. So this is why I actually don't have the compound interest formula here, just the simple interest formula. Okay, let's practice this with an example question, then you have a few after this to try yourself. But for this example question, John lends NAB, so a big bank, $2,000 via an investment bond with an 8-year maturity date. So NAB might want to go ahead and make an investment in an acquisition, or they might want to go and build something big and they need money and they're collecting it from the public. So John's lent them $2,000 for an 8-year term. The coupon rate or the interest rate is 4%. And interest payments are issued annually. So once a year, John will receive an interest repayment from NAB. And then at the end of the 8 years, John receives both the interest repayment and the initial $2,000 back, which is otherwise known as the principal. Okay, 2 questions here. How much does John receive in interest per year? Well, it'll just be 4% of 2,000. So the way that I like to do this would be interest will equal 4%, which as a decimal is 0.04, multiplied by 2,000. And you may want to do that in your head, or we could use our calculator here. So 0.04 multiplied by 2,000, that is equal to $80. So each year, NAB will repay John $80. Now, how much does John receive in the 8th and final year? Well, in that time, he will get the interest plus the principal, which was the initial $2,000. So that will equal the $80 for interest repayments in that year plus the $2,000. So he will receive $2,080 back. Okay, that is an example of an interest bond. Just to recap, the duration is important. The coupon rate is important, and investment bonds are an example of a simple interest investment option. So you've got a couple of example questions ahead of you now. Good luck with those.